Good evening, folks. I'm back and it's the next day. Yesterday I did my cheeseburger soup recipe, a new recipe for you guys, and today I'm back. I'm gonna do dessert first. We're gonna eat dessert before dinner. Yay, we can do that. We're grown-ups, we're allowed, we've earned it. Okay, first things first though, I am drinking some wine because it's about almost 6 o'clock, so it's definitely time for wine. So let's have a sip. This is the Malbec that I was drinking yesterday. It is the Guggenheim Malbec from 2016, and even though it's fairly new, it's pretty darn good. Yum, yum, goes down real smooth. So what am I making for dessert tonight? I'm going to make my special apple pie. This has been a family favorite for many, many years, and I do get this recipe out of my Better Homes and Garden cookbook, but as usual, I deviate from it a little bit, just a little bit, and make it my own. Now, it's important to make a really good pie crust. If you can't make one from scratch, then you can buy one in the store. They sell all kinds of pie crusts. But we're lucky enough to have the Hubs tonight making the pie crust for me. And I'll show you in another video what goes into that. But let's talk about the filling, the apple pie filling first. So here's our ingredients, folks. Let's come on over here. So of course you're going to want the star ingredient, an apple. These are Granny Smith green apples. And I got 5 here. You can do 6. And you're going to peel them and core them and slice them, okay? We've got 1/3 cup of flour. We've got some dark brown sugar, which I'm going to use 1 whole cup of that. Now, you don't have to use dark brown. You can use any old sugar, but I like to use brown sugar when I'm making an apple pie, okay? And then here's my spices. I'm going to do some ground nutmeg, and the recipe doesn't call for that, so I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. I'm going to do a whole teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. So these are the main stars that make your apple pie filling so delicious. And then over here, I've just got some salt and a little bit of butter. There we go. So that is basically the gist to the apple pie filling, which is, like I said, it's a family favorite. The kids just gobbled it up. I mean, it would never stay in the house for very long because I come home and serve it with vanilla ice cream. It's just fabulous. So anyway, let's put our apple pie together. The first thing we're going to want to do is peel and core our apples and slice them. Get everything into a nice big bowl and just start seasoning it up with your spices, your salt, and your sugar, and a little bit of flour because it's going to get really, really juicy. Oh, and a lot of times you can add a splash of lemon juice if it's getting too juicy. Or not too juicy, what am I saying? Add a splash of lemon juice because you want the tartness. The flour is if it's getting too juicy, you put a little flour in there, I think. Anyway, I'll just, I've made this recipe a million times, but sometimes I forget. But let's go over to the pie crust station, and I'm going to kind of walk you through how to make a good pie crust and what goes into that. So I'll be back. Oh, but cheers, salud. Here's to a great apple pie. Dessert before dinner, folks. If you're old enough, do it.